Okay, lined up for another cut. Here we go. Days I'll probably have to experiment with 2-inch blade. So like there I was running pretty fast. It's kind of hard, you gotta go pretty darn fast to get the motor up into a high amperage while sawing this thin of a diameter, this thin of a thickness of boards. So I was going, it's all relative, but I was going at 50 hertz on the gear drive motor that makes it go forward and backwards, which is fast for this mill, for me at least. I'm a pretty conservative operator. That was putting me at about 16 amps. That's probably the maximum beam. So your beam is the amount of pushing force your blade can resist. As it's trying to go through the log, obviously the wood is pushing back and resisting it. And having a 1.5-inch blade, because I hit so much steel, I don't really have that much beam. So it's like the motor could go faster. For sure. I've never topped out this motor or really even come close to it. Maybe a couple of peaks were like in the ballpark of topping it up, but there's way more headroom in this setup. So I don't know, I'm gonna experiment with higher blade tension because that essentially creates more beam, right? We stretch the blade tighter, that means it has less flex to give. So I'm experimenting with higher blade tension. And I'm also going to someday consider getting 2-inch blades to check out. But man, going through as many blades as we do, I can only imagine the pain, the anguish, the pain of going through 2-inch blades and how much they would cost. So yeah, it shows up when you cut, so you can see. Rather than having real smooth, I mean it's still, there's no waves, still smooth, but you can see where it's not the precise, smooth cut of each wood fiber. Rather, it is much more of a tearing from the looks of things. Still very consistent thickness. Get this sawdust off and show you what I'm talking about. And then I think I'll probably call it in the morning with the camera and proceed with the rest of my milling in quiet comfort. Yeah, you can really see it. So at a couple of points, I was running it at what I would say is a pretty nominal pace, or fast for this mill, but certainly not excessive. And then I pushed it. Come check this out. Like I said, excuse my heavy breathing. I gotta get in shape here after a long winter of snacking. See, so this is different than what we usually present on the board edge. You can see the blade Just moving through it so quickly, didn't have quite a chance to sever all of the fibers. I'd say this is acceptable. This is getting much more into a rough cut, right? You can just see the fibers standing up. Okay. But it can go fast. It can go faster than that. So we'll compare that to the previous cut, which I can show you on, let's see, this 2-inch board. Oh, I think it was the other side. Hold on, let me set you down here. Hey. Okay. So you can see here on the previous cut, no tearing of the fibers whatsoever. Just extremely smooth, the way this mill usually cuts. So that's the trade-off, right? You either get, let's see here, let me get this zoomed out. Okay. You either get speed or you get quality. And I like to go for quality personally. I suppose there's something to be said for both. Different applications kind of justify different strategies. So yeah, anyways, thanks for joining me this morning. The Mill, Madison, Wisconsin. I'd love to saw something for you. Give me a call. You can find me on Instagram, The Mill Madison, Josh Geidel, my username. Thanks.